Tomorrow isn't just another day. While most people will wake up thinking it's just February 2nd, you're about to witness something far more significant. A cosmic shift that's been building for weeks, and it's finally ready to deliver. Yesterday's full moon in Leo was the grand finale, the emotional release, the drama, the spotlight moment. But tomorrow is when the universe hands you the missing piece, the one you've been searching for, the answer that's been hovering just out of reach. And here's what most people won't realize. This isn't just about feeling better after the intensity of the full moon. This is about receiving actual, tangible clarity, information that changes everything, a solution that's been hiding in plain sight. And if you've been feeling foggy lately, like you're moving through life but not really connecting to it, keep watching. Because there's one specific reason why this is happening to you right now, and I will explain it later, so stay tuned. But first, you need to understand why tomorrow is so crucial, because while everyone else is recovering from yesterday's lunar intensity, 3 specific zodiac signs are about to receive something they've been waiting for. And if you're one of them, ignoring this could mean missing the very breakthrough you've been manifesting. The universe just switched modes, and you're about to feel it. Let's be real. Yesterday was a lot. That Leo full moon didn't come to play. It came to expose, to illuminate, to force you to look at things you might have been avoiding. And now comes the cleanup. Tomorrow, at exactly 10:20 at night, the moon shifts from fire to earth, from Leo's theatrical spotlight to Virgo's quiet precision. And this isn't just a mood change. This is the universe fundamentally altering the way it communicates with you. Think of it like this. Leo full moon was the confetti cannon, the fireworks, the grand declaration. But Virgo moon is the person who hands you a detailed map after you've been wandering in circles. It's the cosmic organizer, the celestial editor, the energy that says, okay, now let's actually do something with all that emotion. And here's where it gets interesting. This Virgo moon isn't arriving alone. Just hours before the moon crosses into Virgo's territory, something else happens. Something that most astrology content completely overlooks. The answer arrives, but only if you're listening. Tomorrow at 7:30 in the evening, Mercury in Aquarius forms a precise sextile with Chiron in Aries. And if you don't know what that means, here's the simple version. The planet of communication is making a harmonious connection with the wounded healer. This is the moment. This is when the answer drops. Mercury in Aquarius operates like a high-frequency antenna, detached, innovative, capable of seeing patterns others miss. It's the genius insight, the sudden download, the piece of information that seems to come from nowhere. And when it connects with Chiron, the planet that represents our deepest wounds and how we heal them, something profound happens. The answer you receive tomorrow isn't just intellectual, it's therapeutic. It's the kind of information that doesn't just solve a problem, it reframes your entire understanding of the struggle itself. Maybe it's a conversation that suddenly makes everything click. Maybe it's a realization that hits you out of nowhere. Maybe it's a piece of advice from an unexpected source. But whatever form it takes, it will feel like a key turning in a lock you didn't even know you were carrying. And here's what nobody tells you. This answer has been trying to reach you for weeks, but the noise was too loud. The emotional static was too intense. Tomorrow, the Virgo moon creates the quiet, clear space you need to finally hear it. 3 signs are about to experience a breakthrough. Are you one of them? Not everyone will feel tomorrow's energy with the same intensity. While the entire zodiac gets the benefit of the Virgo moon's organizational clarity, 3 signs are positioned in a way that makes them direct recipients of this cosmic transmission. Virgo, Aquarius, Aries. If you're one of these signs, or if you have significant placements in these signs, tomorrow isn't just another day, it's a turning point. Because while everyone else is feeling the general shift, you're standing directly in the path of the answer you've been waiting for. And before I break down what each sign can expect, I need to tell you about something else that's happening, something that's been building in the background, adding electric intensity to tomorrow's already powerful energy. Uranus is about to wake up, And when it does, everything unsticks. Technically, Uranus stations direct on February 3rd, but here's the thing about planetary stations. The energy doesn't wait for the exact moment. It builds, it intensifies, and tomorrow, February 2nd, you're already feeling it. Uranus has been retrograde since late 2025, and during that time, its revolutionary energy has been turned inward. All those breakthroughs, all those sudden changes, all those lightning bolt realizations, they've been happening internally, privately, quietly. But when a planet stations direct, it's like someone flips a switch. That internal energy suddenly becomes external. The things you've been processing, understanding, preparing for, they start manifesting in real, tangible ways. And Uranus in Taurus, that's about value, money, security, physical reality, self-worth. For the past months, you might have been rethinking your entire relationship with these things. Tomorrow, you start seeing the results of that inner revolution. So when the Virgo moon clears your path and Mercury delivers your answer, Uranus is standing in the background like a cosmic green light saying, "Yes, now, move." For some of you, this means financial clarity. For others, it's about finally understanding your worth. And for a few, it's the signal that the waiting period is officially over. Sign 1, Virgo, the answer about your purpose finally arrives. If you're a Virgo, tomorrow is your day. And I mean that literally. The moon is entering your sign, returning you to yourself after what's probably been a disorienting few weeks. Here's what's been happening. Saturn in Pisces has been sitting directly across from your sign, creating this strange fog in your life. Your usual clarity, your natural ability to organize and execute, it's been compromised. You've felt off, maybe even doubted yourself in ways that aren't normal for you. Yesterday's Leo full moon probably hit your 12th house, triggering subconscious fears, exhaustion, or a sense of being overwhelmed by forces you can't see. But tomorrow you come back online. The moon in Virgo is like coming home to yourself. That mental fog lifts, the overwhelm fades, and suddenly you can think clearly again. You can see the path forward. But it's not just about feeling better. Remember that Mercury-Chiron sextile. For you, that's happening in your 6th house, work, health, daily routine, and 8th house, transformation, shared resources, what you've sacrificed. Here's what this means. The answer you receive tomorrow is practical. It's not abstract spiritual wisdom. It's actionable information about your daily life, your work, your health, or your routines. Maybe you've been struggling with a health issue and tomorrow you get the diagnosis or treatment plan that actually works. Maybe there's been a problem in your workflow that's been draining your energy and tomorrow you see the solution so clearly you can't believe you missed it before. Or maybe, and this is the deeper layer, you finally receive confirmation that a sacrifice you made was worth it. That the difficult choice you had to make, the thing you gave up, the path you didn't take, it was the right decision. For Virgos, tomorrow's answer is about purpose and path. It's the clarity you need to stop second-guessing and start moving forward with confidence. And here's the most important part. This isn't temporary relief. This is foundational understanding. Once you receive this clarity, it becomes a reference point, a North Star, something you can return to whenever doubt creeps back in. Sign 2, Aquarius, the answer that validates your vision. Aquarius, you've been under an unusual amount of pressure lately. And not the kind of pressure that comes from external forces, the kind that comes from hosting multiple planets in your sign. Right now, you have the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto all in Aquarius. This is intense. It's like the universe decided to make you the main character of the cosmic story, and you didn't exactly ask for that role. Pluto's presence means you're being completely reconstructed. Your identity, your sense of self, even how you present to the world, it's all being transformed. And while transformation sounds exciting, it often feels more like disintegration before it feels like rebirth. But tomorrow, something shifts. Mercury in your sign makes that sextile to Chiron, and this is where things get profound. For you, Chiron is in your third house. Communication, local environment, siblings, how you express yourself. The wound here is often about being misunderstood, about having a vision or perspective that others can't grasp, about feeling like you're speaking a different language than everyone else. Tomorrow's answer is declarative. It's about finding the words to articulate something you've been carrying but couldn't express. It's about finally being able to explain your vision in a way that lands, that resonates, that makes sense not just to you, but to others. Maybe you've been working on a project, an idea, a message that's felt too unconventional to share. Tomorrow, you either find the confidence to share it, or you receive external validation that confirms you're on the right track. This could show up as a conversation that clears the air with someone close to you. It could be feedback on your work that proves your weird approach is actually genius. It could even be an internal realization that allows you to stop apologizing for who you are. And remember Uranus stationing direct. Uranus is your modern ruler, and it's activating your fourth house, home, roots, foundation, where you come from. This suggests that your answer tomorrow isn't just about the present. It's about making peace with your past. The answer validates that you're exactly who you're supposed to be, that your unconventional path, your unique perspective, your refusal to fit in, it's not a bug, it's a feature. Sign 3, Aries, the answer that says you're not alone. Aries, let's talk about what you've been carrying. Chiron has been in your sign since 2018. That's years of excavating your deepest wounds around identity, self-worth, the right to exist as you are. The wound of Chiron in Aries often manifests as a feeling that you have to do everything yourself. That vulnerability is weakness. That asking for help means you've failed. You might feel like you're fighting a battle with one arm tied behind your back, constantly having to prove yourself, never quite feeling like you're enough. But tomorrow, Mercury in Aquarius, in your 11th house of community, friendship, hopes and dreams, reaches out to Chiron in your first house of self. This is the answer that says, you're not alone. It's the friend who offers exactly the solution you needed at exactly the right time. It's the realization that vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the bridge to connection. It's the understanding that the support you need has been available all along. You just had to be willing to receive it. Remember when I said at the beginning that if you've been feeling foggy, there's a reason. This is especially true for Aries. You've been so focused on being strong, on pushing through, on handling everything yourself, that you've actually created a fog of isolation around you. Tomorrow's Virgo moon in your 6th house asks you to look at your daily routine, your habits, the practical ways you operate. And what it might reveal is this: you've been making things harder than they need to be. The answer for Aries is about support and strategy. It's about realizing that there's a smarter way to approach your challenges, that you don't have to brute force your way through everything. Maybe someone offers you help with a project you've been struggling with alone. Maybe you discover a resource or tool that makes your work significantly easier. Maybe you have a conversation that heals an old wound you thought would never close. And here's the deeper layer. With Saturn preparing to enter Aries later this month, you're about to enter a period of serious responsibility and maturity. Tomorrow's answer is preparation. It's the universe showing you that before you take on that weight, you need to understand that strength isn't isolation, it's knowing when to build alliances. The clarity you receive tomorrow prepares you for the responsibility that's coming. It reminds you that pioneers don't succeed alone, they succeed by knowing when to trust others. The ritual of clarity, how to receive tomorrow's answer. Here's the thing about cosmic downloads. They don't force their way into your awareness. They arrive when there's space to receive them. And creating that space, that's where the Virgo moon's genius comes in. Virgo is the editor, the organizer, the one who creates order from chaos. So if you want to receive tomorrow's answer clearly, you need to do something that might seem almost too simple. Clean something. I'm serious. Before the Mercury-Chiron sextile at 7:30 in the evening, or before the moon enters Virgo at 10:20 at night, pick one small area and organize it. A drawer, your desktop, a corner of a room, your digital files. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you're creating physical order. Because here's what nobody tells you. The external environment mirrors the internal landscape. When you clear clutter in your physical space, you simultaneously clear clutter in your mental space. And when your mental space is clear, the answer has room to land. Some of you might be thinking, that's it? Just clean something? Yes, because the Virgo moon doesn't respond to grand gestures. It responds to practical action. It rewards effort, process, attention to detail. As you're organizing, set a simple intention. I am creating space to receive the clarity I need. That's it. No complicated ritual, no perfect words. Just the acknowledgement that you're making yourself available to the answer. And then, and this is crucial, listen. Pay attention to your interactions. Notice what information comes your way. Be aware of sudden realizations or insights. The answer might arrive as a conversation, a random article you stumble across, a memory that resurfaces, or simply a knowing that settles in your chest. What most people will miss about tomorrow. While you're tuning into this powerful energy, most people will be completely oblivious. They'll wake up, go through their day, and wonder why they feel slightly more organized or clear-headed than usual. They won't realize they're in the middle of a cosmic download. They won't recognize that the information crossing their path isn't random, it's targeted. They won't understand that the sudden urge to declutter isn't procrastination, it's preparation. But you're different. You're reading this right now because some part of you knows that you're tuned into frequencies most people don't even register. You feel the shifts before they're obvious. You sense the energy before it manifests. Tomorrow, while others are passively experiencing the day, you're actively participating in your own breakthrough. You're creating the conditions for clarity to arrive. You're making yourself available to the answer you've been waiting for. And here's what's going to happen. In a week, maybe 2, you're going to look back at tomorrow and realize it was a pivot point. The day when something clicked. When a problem that seemed impossible suddenly had an obvious solution. When the path forward became clear. But it only works if you're paying attention, if you're present, if you're willing to receive. The bigger picture, why February 2nd matters beyond tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a much larger cosmic story unfolding throughout February 2026. Saturn is entering Aries on February 13th. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction is happening on February 20th. There's a solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. This is a month of massive structural change, deep spiritual transformation, and karmic recalibration. And tomorrow, February 2nd, is the day you get your marching orders. The clarity you receive isn't just about solving an immediate problem, it's about preparing you for the transformation ahead. Think of it this way, if you're about to climb a mountain, you need to know which supplies to bring and which to leave behind. Tomorrow's Virgo moon is that final check before the ascent. It shows you what's essential and what's dead weight. The answer you receive tomorrow is the answer you'll need to navigate the rest of February. It's the piece of information that will make sense of what comes next. It's the foundation upon which everything else will build. So don't dismiss it as just another day. Don't brush off the insights as coincidence. Pay attention, take notes, trust what you're receiving. Because the universe doesn't hand out clarity for free. It gives it to those who are ready to use it. When the path clears, you have to walk it. Here's the final piece that nobody talks about. Receiving the answer is only half the equation. The other half, acting on it. Tomorrow, the Virgo moon doesn't just want you to understand your next steps. It wants you to take them. And this is where most people get stuck. They receive clarity, they feel the shift, they see the path forward, and then they hesitate. They second guess, they wait for more confirmation, they convince themselves they need to think about it longer, and by the time they're ready to move, the moment has passed and the fog has rolled back in. Don't let that be you. When the answer arrives tomorrow, whether it's through a conversation, a realization, or a sudden knowing, honor it with action. It doesn't have to be a huge leap. Remember, Virgo energy works in increments, in practical steps, in tangible progress. Maybe the action is simply making a decision you've been avoiding. Maybe it's sending an email you've been putting off. Maybe it's setting a boundary, starting a project, or releasing something that's been holding you back. The point is, move. Even if the step is small, take it. Because the universe responds to momentum, and tomorrow's energy is specifically designed to get you moving again after weeks of emotional processing and internal work. The Leo full moon illuminated what needed to be seen. The Virgo moon shows you what needs to be done. The Mercury-Chiron sextile gives you the information to do it. And Uranus stationing direct provides the cosmic green light. Everything is aligned for your breakthrough. The question is, are you ready to receive it? If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.